See if the audio is recording. It is recording. Welcome to Hash Discusses. We are joined by a musician and filmmaker. It goes by the name of Nemesis, but I'm gonna refer to him as Nem. That's what he wants to be referred as. What was the day like today? You don't have to go into specifics, but how is it feeling today?
Like today, I got like the greatest news. I'm being able to move forward with all my plans. You know, I was kind of waiting on this verdict, and now I'm a free man. So I'm good, bro. I'm happy. How about you?
It was it was a bit stressful, but I'm here and I'm ready to just interview you, which I've been looking forward to because I've been like listening to you about as much as I listen to Soul's Day and Wolfie Wolf, which is a lot. They're like always the top people I listen to. And as you can see, we have the classic
Oh
albums
yeah,
right here.
man. How you feeling them? Are they working good and everything?
Yeah, they're working good. They're working good. But I'd have to say, what's the most interesting to me is this though. I like this a lot. Hearing
For real?
the weird cuts. Like there's this Lex Luger beat, which I don't know what it comes from, but the Deerfield one, that's a dope track.
Hell yeah. I believe that was the beat for the midget for OJ the Juice Man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Like
was the first Lex Luger beat I ever heard.
yeah. Well, I mean, where did you record that on? Like, how old were you? That was one of them older
Bro,
tracks on it.
that was like that was early NEME. That was like 2009, 2010, like right before I made my first album.
Yeah, and you know what I like though is that when someone finds your music or you have a fan or somebody, you always have some giant ass essay written about whatever you make. And it's like nobody takes
Yeah.
the time. Explain, because you've told me your influences on why you did that. Explain to me why you decided to write each essay for each project you did. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like in general, I was always one of those fans that would like read the bios and stuff like that. But then there was this one Method Man article on Complex where he was just going through every album and he was telling us where he was at during those periods of times. And he would say all this interesting stuff, and I was just like, man, I would like to provide that for people who are fans of me, you know, people that like to read and look into people.
Yeah, that's true. And also, you can find this on his Bandcamp, but you also got the website done up. You're good at building your brand, like and stuff like that. And like, I'm not trying to sound like some guy in an advertisement, but like where'd you learn all that? Like how like you gotta make this information about all you. You gotta have like all the links about you. Like would that build up over time and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's just me being like a student of the game, you know, like I would watch other artists and now, you know, like they would make it easy, you know, like, oh, everything is the official Wiz Khalifa or some shit, you know? So I would know, like, okay, if I need to find him, that's all it is. It's all I got to search. It's the same thing all across the board, you
Yeah,
know, and everything was in the one spot. And I was just like, see, this is what I need. You can't just be that guy that's all over the place, you know?
yeah, yeah. Understood. So let's talk about the present, right? You play a large role in Schema Posse, and how did you play a role in recruiting members for the new sort of rebirth of it in the last few years?
I mean, like, in the beginning, it was much easier for us to just recruit people. This time, it was kind of hard. There was a bunch of different options and stuff like that, and I kind of went with people that I knew for a while, where I met in person. And out of all those, it was just like, for example, I worked with Zave like a year before we brought him in, so I kind of maintained that relationship. And then when I went out to Cali, he was one of the only people that was picking up to be able to hang out. So when we hung out, I knew he was about that. We shot music videos left and right. He helped me with the Onyx video. And I was just like, bro. And then when he showed me the unreleased stuff, I was like, man, I gotta show you to Jay Green. You feel me? There's certain people that their music just really speaks to me. And his was just like on the spot. And then like DJ Poise, I got using my other group, Fluid Click. Ziploc is in that one, you know Ziploc. He
Yeah,
yeah, so DJ Poise is just he's just been main he's a very solid person, you know what I'm saying? He's dope, really dope dude. So I had you feel me, he can make G Funk beats. He was on the Chronic Cartel album. I was like, bro, we could definitely use, another person like you on the squad. So that's pretty much it. Like this time I didn't wasn't able to recruit. We don't really trust people like that. You have to kind of know us, and we have to have like a working relationship.
And it was, and also there was a bit of drama in the that caused the end of the previous iteration of the group, but we don't have to go into that. There's probably some article or some YouTube video with clickbait about that shit. But anyways, that
Yep.
I don't want to fill that void. That's not what my channel is about. Um, but yeah, so you've been doing this since about 2009, 2010. What was the first time you ever touched a DAW?
I was like 14. We started rapping when I was 14. I was like 2005. That's when like I had like a crew. It was me, my boy Cosmic, and we had a crew with like five other rappers. And it was called Lyrical Mafia. But that's when we started smoking weed and doing every kind of drug that came in front of us. So we actually had a buzz. Like the whole school was after us. You know, we did a talent show, and the whole school knew who we were. Like it was like one day we were regular people, and the next day we were giving dap to everybody in school. And then we just ended up getting into a whole bunch of trouble. You know what I'm saying? We had like people. We had this one dude from New York come down, and it was crazy. It was just a lot of gangster shit going on. So we kind of put the rapping career on the back burner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Well,
that was like
why? Like, what do you
it
mean?
was it was like 14, 15. We were just getting into a whole bunch of trouble, and we just making music became secondary. It was all about hanging out, doing drugs, fighting people, and then I got arrested a few times, and then I only picked it back up when I was 18, just taking a bunch of LSD and listening to Lil B. Lil B like really woke me up.
Well, I
He got me up.
mean, I don't know if this is confidential, but do you want to talk about your new mixtape? Any collaborations you're gonna have on it?
Yeah, talking about Lil B, he's gonna be on there. It's gonna be Lil B, and most of Schema Posse. I'm gonna hit up C to Six, see if they could be down.
Where are they at these days? Or what are they doing?
They still dropping shit. I just was just helping the local done it mix and master a song yesterday. They're supposed to be dropping a new single soon.
Loco done it from yeah, he was on that BGSD. That is one of the greatest songs I've ever like Jay Green beats, cuz I love Jay Green, like the Fuck Mainstream. That is like one of the greatest projects ever released.
Oh
Being
yeah,
honest. And like the time it came out, like it's like has young Denzel Curry on it. Like what? Like and you know a lot about the whole you kind of you weren't in Raider Clan, but you knew a lot of people in it or affiliated with it when
yeah,
before it
man.
messed up.
If you look through Instagram, there was a convo I showed with me and Denzel Curry. We were supposed to work back then. I was supposed to work with Amber London. I was gonna work with Nell, and I did with the music video. And there's supposed to be a song coming out soon. It's gonna be a controversial. But that
Work
right
with who?
there with Nell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that ended up being a bad experience, but we move on. And then with the whole, I don't know, I wasn't part of them, but I was right there along the scenes. And then as soon as Wolfie Wolf was introduced by Space Ghost Perk, me and Wolf became like partners within a month.
Well, what was the first Wolfie Wolf song you heard?
Um, West Going On. That's the
Hmm.
song that Space Ghost Perk shared.
Yeah, and like, well, you and Wolfie Wolf are one of the greatest duos, that I like to listen to. Like, you guys give me the feel when I listen to Chewy and Triz or something like that. Like, I love you guys' feel. Like, where did that start off at? And like, you guys still got music coming now, or um,
For sure, bro. It started like I said, a little bit after that West Going On. I sent him the he wanted a cover for dog food, and I sent him I did the cover for it, and I sent him beats, and then we just became partners ever since. And we have a lot dropping soon. Like he's a machine. He just did like 17 new verses in a week.
he's posting about it all the time. But I heard a rumor you guys have a track with Lil Jeff Gordon coming soon. You two and Lil Jeff Gordon. Is that true?
Yeah, and it's tight. It's really it's like a Lord Finesse type beat, and
Ooh.
me and Wolf just went in. And then Jeff Gordon, he's actually sent me the vocals today. I'm supposed to kind of mix that today, see if it's the final version.
Yeah, he's He's probably one of the most enthusiastic people I have ever talked to. Like, he's one of the guys who will go. He was on the phone guy, and he's. I don't know. Have you had a phone call with him before?
Nah, not yet.
Dude, those phone calls are a blessing, bro. You gotta. It's like getting a resereservation at like a expensive restaurant. That's how I'd say a call Lil Jeff
Word.
Gordon is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
he seems cool.
Yeah. So you've done a lot and talk a lot, and you have a really interesting friendship and relationship with Ziploc Fresher. Where did that start up at?
Ziploc, he was a dude that he was like always a great supporter. Like he was always sharing our stuff, and the thing that really got me close to him as like like we started having like a mentor protege type thing going on. What got me close to him was he would catch all the obscure things in my music, and like I'll put something in there, some sample, and he'll be like, "Bro, that sample from that song that's all the way in the back at 30 seconds, that shit was tight." I'd be like, "Jesus, like I didn't expect anybody to notice that." And like he'll know exactly, the vibe I was going for, and he'll point it out. If he points out what I was trying to go for, I know it's right. You know. So yeah, man, he's been always been down, and then like you feel me, we were making beats together. I was trying to help him make beats, and he's getting raw on the beats,
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
flows.
His production is really impressive. And I make music with him, and he kind of taught me some FL Studio tricks, like put each 808 one octave higher than the next one, the complete opposite, all the way down, or something like that. If because everything's too simple and stuff. And that song, "Pull Me Over," is so fire. The cops pull me over. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, that was one of the beats that I made for I don't know, Jeffrey, and he said I guess he wasn't feeling it, and then Ziploc copped it. You feel me? Got me on there, and then we worked on it, and I'm definitely proud of how that came out. It's a pretty cool song, for sure.
yeah, yeah. I always that's one that I go back to when it comes to Ziploc tracks. Um, you were talking a lot about in the Infinity interview about how like a lot of people drop consistently and they also maintain their quality. Like, what artists are that to you? They drop consistently but also maintain the quality of their music that you're a fan of.
Like mainstream or underground?
Could be underground too.
Um, Definitely Bones. Every time Bones dropped,
Yeah,
he would have like a dope, project, and I'm just like, yo, this shit's solid. Even the bad projects are more solid than a lot of people's good projects. I'm like, yo, there's him. Dylan Ross used to drop a ton and was always solid. Um, I was fucking with Tracy. I like Tracy's music.
yeah,
Young Lean.
yeah, yeah. That's dope. Um, so I want to kind of take a detour, right? We've been talking a lot about rap, and I did introduce you as a filmmaker and rapper and producer. Tell us about your work in filmmaking. You've done a lot of music videos for a lot of artists in Brazil, but also a lot of big American artists. Where did that passion for filmmaking start up at, and how did you start taking that as seriously as rap?
Basically like 2012, 2013. I started going to film school, Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. Basically, because I always wanted to make a movie. Like I would watch, like I like the way movies made me feel. I would watch like a Martin Scorsese movie or Tarantino, and it'd be a trip. And so that was like that. I put that on the bucket list. Like I need to have a movie. So yeah, man, I went to film school for like 2 years. I had to drop out because it was like a terrible time in my life. And then but what I learned was enough to do a movie. I feel like, and then you mix that with like YouTube University. It's like I know enough now to make a movie. So that's my plan. And I was very close. I was very close in Brazil. I had a ton of famous people around me saying we're down and all that shit. And then boom, Corona hit, and all the shows stopped happening. People were relying on YouTube, and I was forced to just make music videos, and then that delayed the whole thing. And what the music video thing was pretty much, me needing to make music videos, like me myself, and then I'm kind of that guy that I don't want to pay somebody else, so I'd rather just learn it myself. You know, that's why I was producing, rapping, mixing my own stuff. I could do my own cover, and then I can film my own music video. That NEME bullshit life video was 100% me. I was holding the mic in the dark. I mean, holding the camera in the dark with another light on top of me, and I was rapping. And then I put the camera on the mount on the hood of my car, and I drove around. You feel me? So it's like I literally needed nobody for that music video. I just needed a tripod and holding it myself.
Yeah,
So
and the NEM TV, that channel is like, it seems like, the way I look at everything and how much you've posted to it, and even the when you post like an album, you have the colors changing consistently on the background. Would you say that that's a really proud creation of yours, the NEM TV channel?
yeah, man, I appreciate that. Definitely, bro. It's definitely something that the only thing that sucks is years ago I was a kid and I was clicking on the ads. I was telling my fans to click on the ads and they demonetized the YouTube. So it's like I'm proud of what I have on there and all that, but I could have been dropping way more if I would have taken it more serious. So I'm actually opening a new channel now on MTV2. You feel me? So it'll be like
Why
MTV
they demonetize it?
because Google AdSense they don't like when you just go and click on the ads like that. They think you're trying to manipulate the ad revenue.
Damn, bro. So like, I'm straightforward. So if I get monetized right now and nobody clicks on the ads, then they'll demonetize me later or something.
No, no. If you go right here and you post like, hey everybody, go on my videos and click on the ads. That's you incentivizing like fraud on the ad revenue. So they're
Oh,
like
so don't
they're
say
giving
that.
you yeah, don't tell nobody to click on your ads. Like, yeah, you could be like, hey, check the ad, or not, you know what I'm saying? But don't be like, hey, everybody, do this for me. Go and click the ads.
This is valuable
That
information to any creators watching, as well. So
it's like a fucking life bid, bro. Like they treat pedophiles better than this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they got me at the fucking like I was 16 years old when I did this, bro. I'm 30 right now, and they're like, nope, you fucked up when you were 16, bro. We don't care if you grew up. We don't care if you matured. You're never gonna get monetized by Google AdSense. Not with this email. Not with this YouTube.
you
You
know what
feel
you
me?
should do is on the next channel, you should just like repost everything. I mean, that's just me being like saying that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I'm going to. I'm definitely gonna. I'm going to. I was trying to because they let me reapply last week. They had like an option, but that Google AdSense is still like a life bit, bro. They didn't let me. And then my dumbass already took everything out, like a bunch of stuff from other people. So I'm gonna have to repost it anyways. So I'm gonna do it with MTV2.
MTV2 is coming soon. Okay.
Sure.
Link below to his Instagram because he'll probably be posting about that. I assume because you're always posting something, reposting somebody else's music because you gotta support, you gotta show support. But what I wanna you're really like, I feel like the underground is in your blood, right? But I want to ask though a curious question, like how is the underground music scene in Brazil? Like what's interesting about the underground music scene in Brazil that you can't find in America? What subgenres, what artists are real obscure in Brazil that you'd like to shout out?
Like in Brazil right now, it's mainly baile funk music and trap is like blowing up. So they're like mixed in trap and baile funk. And we got like a dude out there, K Black. I just worked with him. He's kind of like our like he does like a Young Thug type, you know, like with auto tune melody and stuff, Juice World or and like his he's like a Deuce a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So
Dude,
K Black.
man, I just heard that new album he dropped, dude. That was crazy. Yeah.
She was fire. I fuck with it.
And the cover art, he knows like he got, when an artist has a good aesthetic, they know how to do it. It's like you have in the Brazilian Wu-Tang symbol, like, I fuck with that. Except that one guy in the comment section didn't fuck with it. You remember that argument?
Yeah, like what the fuck? This guy's copying Woo. You might as well like, bro. There's certain You know, there's they don't understand like putting their energy out there. You know, like when I first did that Wu-Tang logo, it was for me to be able to meet RZA. You know, putting it out there, like hit me up. You feel me? I'm here. You feel me? Once he sees it, like who the fuck is this guy? And then boom, we talk it, and it was that's what I was trying to do. That's one of my goals was to meet RZA. So
Yeah.
at the I just kept it like paying homage, you know what I'm saying? Then I got the NTV logo where I just made an N, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep doing that kind of shit. You feel me? And I'm gonna have my own like original one too. One day when I feel something, someone can make something that's dope for me, I'll you know what I'm saying? I'll end up using that, but I'm always gonna keep those around to pay homage.
Yeah, maybe get like Vibe Malls or something. Shout out to Vibe Malls. I don't know if you're familiar with him, that
Yeah,
artist.
he did a cover T Turbo Ether.
Yeah,
Not sure.
yeah, that's what he did. But now he really in terms of recommendations, he really put me on like to just a lot of people in the underground after I interviewed him, because I just scrolled through my feed and I saw his like little cover art and I was like, God damn, this is amazing. And I was like, I just had to ask him about it and I interviewed him, and then he put me on to Soze, right? And then I was like, I love Soze so much, his fucking music. I had the interview, he's just one of those, but he is a good talker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what were you like in college? Like what films what were you studying in college? Just film and stuff like that? Like what were the other students like? Were you an outlier or were you really similar to them?
It was I don't know, it was a diverse set of people there, you know. I definitely made a lot of cool friends out there. I'm a people person. I always end up like, you know, whoever's around me, we end up talking and become friends. And the people there, I still fuck with them to this day, man. What we were learning is just like videography. Like the class I learned the most in was videography and script writing. You know, so like those are the two things that I really took from college. Like the rest was all mainly YouTube University because of everything else is stuff that you know they would put stuff on from YouTube in the class. You feel me? So it's like
Yeah.
you feel me? So it's like you end up realizing you didn't really need this shit. But I also was going through a rough period. It was the worst period of my life. That's when my stepfather died, and then I
Yeah.
ended a 2 year relationship. It was bad, bro. It was a terrible year.
What would you say about father figures in your life? Like what how did that like what would you say about them that like kind of impacted you in your life?
Well, like my first father, he was a real chill dude. He was like Tommy Chong, and you know, like he
Yeah.
was like a hippie. He was like a hippie or something. And then, but I really like was close with him until like 5 years old. And then my mom married my stepdad, and my stepdad was like, "You ever watch The Ranch?
No.
You ever watch the show The Ranch
No.
on Netflix? Well, the dad on there, he's like rough, like farmer, construction worker. You feel me? So he's the one that had me waking up early. He's the one that had me eating that dinner. I couldn't like, you feel me? I couldn't do nothing
So
that
he
was
kind of
like,
structured. He was a real structured individual.
he was always wake up early, work. You know what I'm saying? Life is about working. So then, I kind of that's what I got from them, you know. And like he had a tough love on me, you know. Like you think he's an asshole and all that and that way, but you also want to make him proud. You know, you want to be the guy to buy them a house or something. So that when he died, it really impacted me, man. 'Cause it was terrible. He was in my car too. The brakes failed, and it was just like it was terrible, man. Like there's certain songs that play that I have to like turn them off because if they play, I think of him and I cry immediately.
Damn. Damn. I think that's good. That goes for a lot of memory, like music. That's why music's so interesting to me, and or just art in general. Because when something impacts you so much, when you enjoy something so much, but you're enjoying it with other people, it lasts. In the back of your head, it's always there. It's like before the pandemic, I like watched like Uncut Gems and stuff like all the time. Like I watched it like 3 times. So then like whenever I think of Uncut Gems, I think of like happy shit before the pandemic and shit like that. So like I get what you mean with the whole you can't
Oh,
hear that type of shit. I don't know. Have you seen
yeah,
Uncut Gems?
yeah, that was a great movie, man. Great
Yeah,
movie. I
that's like
fuck with that
inspiring as
shit.
hell, bro. Like I love the Safdie brothers fucking style, that guerrilla. They're like they didn't have permits for any of that shit. They said that they didn't have they didn't have permits for any of that shit. Like they would just go in the middle of the streets, just fucking Adam Sandler and Julia Fox arguing and shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That whole movie just reminded me of like a 90s movie. They even had like an older camera for it, and like the way that it was told, like I was so invested into the story, and then boom, that ending happens. It was just fucking. It was a shocking ending to me.
Yeah, cause like everybody wants a hopeful ending, and like that's unrealistic. If you actually think about it, most of the time. But yeah. So I mean, I think it's safe to say that you've been in like this industry, for a while. You've met a lot of huge, artists and stuff like that. You got recruited into Schema Posse by Jay Green. I assume that's what happened. You kind of talked about on the other podcast about selling souls. What did you mean about that?
I mean, exactly what it is. What you just said, selling souls.
Like, is that a literal thing?
There's some freaky shit going on. I know that, bro. It should freak me out.
Is it like, is it a first-hand experience, or is it just a guy said something like that?
Both. Like, I can't really, I can't name names or anything like that, but I don't know, man. There's times where, like, I've walked in on a ritual, and then I filmed like a MK Ultra glitch. It's on film. There was like demonic symbols and videos that I shot that I didn't put there. They just showed up. There was and this was all confirmed by another guy. Like I went like I seen it in front of me, and then later when I don't know if I'll just say it. We were taking acid, bro. We were tripping on acid with someone famous. This guy, he was showing me unreleased shit with a ton of famous people, and he's a very huge star. And he was kind of honest that night. He was pretty honest, and he confirmed it when we talked about the other guy. So he was like, "Yep, that's true. That's what it is." And he was contacted by the elite and all that, and told to calm down and can't do the music about this or that, or he'll have to end his career and all crazy shit.
Yeah,
that's like, pretty much.
You know how happy those few sentences made about me. I this bucket hat should be a tinfoil hat, because you don't know how many times I look at videos about conspiracy theories, and like, even though that was vague, that shit made me happy hearing that. I don't know. Are you a fan of any conspiracy theories or anything like that? Have you dabbled into that?
I mean, like this shit that I'm saying right here is pretty much all the videos that I used to watch in like 2007, 2006. There used to be a whole YouTube section full of, I mean, they probably still have it, but I haven't really dabbled in none of the conspiracy theory shit in a while. Feel me? Started talking about flat Earth and this and that. I kind of just.
I can't. That's where I draw the line. In the moon landing. No.
I'm like, duh.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't know, man. I feel like certain things are just planted there to make us look crazy, and that was just one of them, like some psyop bullshit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so, it's just kind of like, geez, bro. But when it comes to assassinations or some simple instance of time, it's like, yeah, man, maybe there wasn't one guy, Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't a magic bullet. Maybe it was 3 different guys. That type of shit's so simple. Or maybe, I don't know if you looked into Charles Manson and how his parole officer was like one of the top scientists of MK Ultra or some shit like that, Or if you look at like the symbology in Rosemary's Baby and all that shit, or and I don't know, it's a lot of rabbit holes to go into, and I'm just saying,
yeah, man,
don't be scared. If the audience should not be scared to look into that shit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. There's people like they're like, oh, I believe it when I see it, and I'd be like, that's true. Okay, eventually you'll see it. If you want to keep going, keep going. Eventually you'll see it, bro. You'll get to that point. And that shit was kind of freaky, man.
Hell yeah. So you know, when you hear old music in someone's like discography, it's kind of like watching a caveman discover fire. You know what I mean? So like, what
Yeah.
old project by you, kind of like when you were done that project, where you were like, oh shit, I learned a lot after making that project in your discography.
What project did I learn a lot?
Yeah.
I would have to just say, damn, it feels good to be a schema. That was a project where I was really trying to, give people something that was like, that can, be compared to a 90s album. You could put it right next to a 90s album. And then, working with other artists, I had to do everything by email with Wolf. With Diggy, I had to scoop him up a lot, and we had to like go around and really try to make things happen. And you start seeing how they work, how other people work. I've always worked with other artists, but when you work with people like Diggy and Wolf, it's like a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing like legendary right in front of you. So
Yeah.
it was like that's definitely like one of the best experiences and learning experiences on the album. This new one, we're kind of all coming back together. Because everybody's just gonna be on this new album. It's gonna be like another damn. It's gonna be a schema.
Oh man. Yeah. Ooh. You got me hype. You know, like I don't know. How many tracks though? Do you think?
Big album, man. It's one of those that I don't give a fuck about people's attention spans. Just like in the cover, right in the inside of damn, it feels good to be a schema. You see where that paragraph I wrote on the inside?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, the made for those who still listen to whole albums with their big headphones or in their
See,
cars.
that's what I'm trying to do with this album. I don't give a fuck about your little attention span. This one, you could just trip out to it, go take some acid or some shrooms with it,
And this is
go
dope
smoke
though
some
too.
weed.
You know what I'm saying? This is so dope, bro. The
Word?
schema with the anytime I show someone like that don't even know about schema or anything, that's the first thing they're like, "Oh shit." Look at you know when I show
Hell
them my
yeah.
CDs or something or
Hell yeah.
or they notice the souls there or some shit like in those. But yeah, man, what made you decide to make the CDs? Like what do you have a collection or anything of CDs?
Yeah, man. I have a jungle of CDs at the crib.
Really?
A jungle of different genres. People have vinyl collections. I have CDs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them is a. I also have like not only do I have the stuff that I was collecting, but I have my burned CDs. There's like a whole like hours. There's like years and years worth of music.
Like just like random shit that you like burnt onto it, like not your music, like just a bunch of
Both my music and there's a ton of like just like beats. Like it'll just be like beats,
yeah.
March 2000 or something, and
Oh
then
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It'd be like some trash ass beats I made in the year 2009 or something.
Yeah, it's dope.
But also a lot of gems in there. Like that's kind of where I'm gonna go for sampling, rare stuff when I go to do my next
You're
like when
gonna
I do like
sample your old stuff?
nah like rare even rare stuff that is hard to find nowadays on the internet that I have on CD.
Oh, just like artists you fuck with or something that maybe deleted it
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, exactly. And like there's also rare like for example, my brother has a whole collection of like trance music from the 90s, and like you look at the artists and a lot of them are not on YouTube or anything. They're just like I guess they were big in maybe Miami or something, and then boom, now we got all this dope music that we could sample and
Yeah.
like make it indistinguishable. And then fuck it, bro. If they want to hit us up later when we're rich, we'll share the profit.
Yeah, like I just sampled Mask in the Glock in one of my songs and I
Oh
was like,
yeah. Hey, be careful, man. Sampling Memphis though, bro. A lot of people they'll wait till you're rich and that like that, but right now Memphis they're like they're really trigger happy right now with the suing.
yeah, that's why I might stop or I might get somebody to recreate it or fucking come up with their own acapellas and stuff like that. Like I've just been trying to be more crafty with it, cuz it's not that I don't care about sampling something because it's unoriginal. That's not a concern of me. That's just having fun, you know. But when it comes to like anxiety, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to end this right now though. Do you have anything you want to announce or shout out or thank before we end this interview?
Just shout out to everybody in Schema, man. You know, we're gonna make history this year, and shout out to you. Shout out to Infinity. Everybody that's like, down with the movement.
Alrighty, thanks for joining, and links below to Instagram, CDs, NEME TV before it shuts down and becomes an MTV2, and all that.
All right, man.
See ya.
Have a good one. Peace.